Hello everyone and welcome to the EGEE-437 LaTeX tutorial. I'm Paulo, I'm the teaching assistant, and I will guide you through basic steps of using LaTeX and also to help you with your homework in this tutorial. So let's move on. I hope you guys understand my English, my Brazilian English. So that said, the first thing you need to do is to download the template there are in your canvas, right? So you go there and you download that um, homework template.tex, and you can see it probably in your downloads folder. For me it's in another folder, but the thing you need to do is, if you don't have LaTeX installed in your computer and you prefer to use an online version of it, which is the one I'm going to explain for you today, then you do the following. Open this file with Notepad++, for example, which is a good text editor, and then here you just select this, all of the text in here, Ctrl A, and copy it. Now we go to our online LaTeX editor, which in my case is Overleaf. And why Overleaf? Overleaf, in my opinion, has one advantage over, for example, Share LaTeX. Share LaTeX only allows you to have one contributor in your document, and Overleaf you have as many as you want. So in case you have a group of 3 or 4, it is an advantage. So with that said, let's create a new project, a blank paper project, and here we are. This is the main interface of Overleaf. Here's where you code, here's where you see what's been coded so far. As you can see, you only have one line written, and you can see this line appears here. Quite easy. What you're going to do is select everything and paste the code that is in the template. Uh-oh, you cannot paste like that. You have to use Ctrl V. Okay, we can do it. We did it. Oh well, but we have an error. This is how the program informs you that something went wrong. Let's see what happened. So it's something about my image here. I'll talk about that later, but let's go back to the beginning. So this is your main code. Every LaTeX document starts with document class something something. This is where you define the font size and the type of the document you're trying to make. In this case, we are going to say it's an article. You don't have to worry about it, it's just information. Here there are the packages, where you select according to the task you want to, or the text or tables, whatever you need to insert in your text. Here you are defining margins of the document. Again, you don't have to worry about any of these things, but you do have to worry about this thing. Here's where you change the homework number and date, and also you put your correct group name here. Alright, so for example, the correct due date for this one is not 2011, I guess. I think it's a little bit old. You just update for February 2nd, right? And here we go. You won't see this change right now because we still have the error of the image. But now you have to put your group name here. Let's see, let's say helio something. And now I'm going to, as I want to show you how it really works, I'm going to upload a file so it can work this thing. Okay, you go to upload a file. This is important. Go to files, doesn't matter here or here, and select computer and choose files. You can also drag files if you want, doesn't matter. So I go to where I have my file, the file I want to input. um, I love folders. uh, yeah, I know. So I guess, yeah, sun, that's what I'm looking for. Woohoo, it's working now. Now I have the file and it can compile. What it happens when the LaTeX doesn't find something it should, it returns an error and you can go on. So now you see it's the first page of your document. Now it's your helio something team, and here there are the names of the team contributors. Oh, it should be heliotropic, I guess, not triopic. Anyhow, let's move forward. So you now have the due date set and at least a name here of your group. Please change helio something. Okay, let's go. So after you insert the name of your group, you're going to see a bunch of things here. This is all the configuration of your document. You don't need to change that. You can skip, 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 skip until you find here begin document. That's where the document really starts. So now we have this command, make title. This is your first page, this is your title here. And below this you can see, oh, heliotropic 19 team contributors, which is this phrase here. You can change that to the correct name of your group, which is not, again, helio something, I hope. Below that information you insert the name of the people which is in your group, and that's it. You finish your first page. The contents are done automatically in LaTeX. It's so nice. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to configure it anymore. It's done. Every time you do this, it comes back to the beginning of the text of the LaTeX code. It's kind of annoying, but yeah, get used to it. First homework problem. Here is where our last problem was. So here's where I inserted this sun, which wasn't being found by this LaTeX editor. Homework problem number 1 requires you to upload a sketch of a room in Philly, June 21st. Okay, so there are many ways of doing this, right? You can either draw it by hand, take a picture, upload the picture to your computer, and upload then to LaTeX. If you're using online LaTeX, make sure upload here. File, computer, Dropbox, whatever. Otherwise, if you try to say the path in here, type the path, sorry, it won't find. So let's see how it looks like. It looks like this. Here's our sun. Beautiful. That's how you insert it. Let me find in the text. Problem answer. Okay. Here, begin figure. That's the command where with with this command you insert your figure, your sketch to the latex. All you have to do is change this name here. Instead of sun.jpg, you use something else. I don't know, sketch. The name, whatever. Um, you can also sketch it using any kind of I don't know, editor in your PC, even Paint. We don't care as long as it's beautiful. Uh, if you can do some beautiful things in Paint, that's fine. So this is all about problem 1. Problem 2 is similar. You can see here it asks you to insert another sketch. I inserted again the sun. Please change that. Okay, problem number 3. I've inserted some tips here. So if you're coding Scilab, for example, you have some clues now of what you have to do, right? And then we go to problem 4, which I think something is a problem that people were afraid of. Not afraid, but kind of how I do it. Do I use this code? Now you do. The former template, I just inserted a random code in here. You wouldn't use it for anything, but this one you you can actually use this, but you can use the beginning of it. It's the beginning of a code. You have to insert the rest of your answer. So what we do here is we define for Scilab the how you begin coding these things. So you define your constants. You say, oh, please clear all the constants so you don't have any garbage in your memory. You define every constant you need for this. Now you have to enter the wavelength manually. It will be asked on other problems. So then you just go back to this code, change the wavelength, and have the other problems answered. All right. And here I also inserted this gamma function, or x. You can find this x in your textbook, chapter 3, by the end of the chapter. So I think it's better now. When you finish this problem, sorry, you're going to use that code on problem 5b, and I think on problem 7. So it's maybe you can find some challenges here, but once you got it done, you have done many others, at least most of it. So I've inserted some hints here as well for problem 5, and yeah, I think you'll be fine with that. So now we're going to problem 8. Again, you have to code, and this is a little bit more challenging than problem 4, because here we're dealing with Planck's spectrum, or Bose-Einstein distribution. Think about again chapter 3 and how the Planck function is. How can you code that function? And then you have to think on integrate that function over all wavelengths. And after that you can calculate what you need to calculate and plot. So here in problem 8, and you're going to use this code here to answer questions 9 and 10, so it's really important. Um, you again, I've this is the beginning of a code. It's not the complete code, but it gives you a good starting point for coding the rest of your problem. And also here's really easy. So to plot, you basically need to change this blank function by the name of the function you coded before, and you have your um, plot. The the labels are labeled correctly, and it will be really beautiful when you finish that. You will use it again on problem 9 and problem 10. The difference here is where you basically where you're coding. Earth, on top of the atmosphere, or at the sun. Alright, it's all shown in here. So when you have a problem, like let's say problem, in this case again problem 1, you see in Latex the command is begin homework problem. Now I've inserted here the question, and this problem answer is where you have to change to answer. So let's say it's for problem 1. If I want to change my answer to something else, I change, and if I go back all the way up, should be here something else, as you can see here. So that's how you insert your answer in LaTeX. Alright, please erase all this except the begin figure. So I think that's most of the things I wanted to present to you. Oh yes, one good thing here. So every time you want to, or you need to skip to the other line, you don't just press enter. You do like this. You break the line using this command, double backslash. Alright, otherwise, look at that. Pay attention here. It will, in this case there must be some backslash. Oh, it's because of this begin itemize, so it does jump automatically. But if you don't do that, sometimes your text will be all grouped weirdly together. So this is how you organize your text. You can see it skipped the line, right? I think that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I should have followed this, but now I'm following. So the final considerations, please start as soon as possible. We do have office hours next Monday from 2 to 4. Feel free to pass by and Hosler at Hosler 214. Alright? Thank you very much and have a nice weekend.